In this video, I want to talk about why everyone is looking for true love but can't find one. What is love to you? For me, when I feel loved by someone, there are three examples. First example, um, it was not my parents. Actually, when I when I was in this Airbnb, the host of this Airbnb was a kind of different person from other host of Airbnb because I just slightly asked a question to him, and then to him, I'm just a random person. Of course, I'm a customer of his service, but still, he can just like say, I don't really know the exact information that you're asking. You can just Google it. Say something like that. He didn't have any obligation to say any particular information to me. But after I asked him a slight question, and then I kind of forgot about it, he actually searched several information from online and he printed out to me very clear color quality print. So I was like surprised because nobody actually did that to me before. If I asked something to someone, if the person know the answer, they would just like say answer to me. Or if they don't know the answer, maybe they will say, I also don't know what you're asking. But not many people did that to me. Like search on the online, like with their precious time, and then print it out to me with really quality color print. So when I stayed in his Airbnb, my mental health got so much better. I had this sleep problem almost entire my life from the early teenager. So back then I used to go to sleep really late and then wake up something like 4 p.m. But in his when I stayed in his Airbnb, I go to bed so early, like 8 p.m. or 9 p.m., and then I wake up so early because my emotion is so comfortable when I'm around him. Um, it's not about he's so nice to me, but the attitude that he has was he was cautious about whether his behavior or his words can be, you know, can be, how can I say? He was cautious about his behavior and words. So he was not like too nice to me. He was just, when I asked him questions, he never just say, I don't know. Or he never just say, oh, I know that, la la la, something like that. So the different feeling that I felt from him was he was always listening what I said to him. He really give a shit what I said to him. That is that is really new to me. Yeah. During my childhood and early 20s, nobody really cared what I say to them. Nobody really truly listened what I'm saying to them. So yeah, I think to me, be loved is be listened really carefully, and then they really give a shit about what you're saying to them, and then they will look for information because they have this eagerness and maybe a little bit of passion so that they can give good information to you. But when I look back myself, I also never really cared about my thoughts and my feelings. I cared about more about I want to achieve these things. For example, I want to make a lot of money, I want to be beautiful, something like that. I never really truly listened to myself. I think it's so hard to truly listen to yourself and care about your thoughts and feelings, regardless of their how great great they are, how fascinating they are. You just listen to yourself. I think, to me, I think that's a love. And bird chirping. Second example that I experienced was when I uh, uploaded like YouTube video like 7 years ago. No, it's like 6 years ago. I didn't have this settings. I only grab a camera in my hand and then shaking and then talked about my really unstable situation. Basically, I was so vulnerable in front of the camera. But one of the audiences left a message in that video, and then he said, "Hey, I am la la la," and then I felt empathetic during listening your story, because I also had this story, and he explained to me that his story, and then he suggests that here is my email account, email address, and then if you have anyone to talk to, you can just feel free to email me. How nice of he is. So I actually emailed him, and then he replied with very um, like generosity. And then I also felt really moved by his gesture, because a lot of people on the internet and also YouTube, they're always looking for what makes them feel good. So basically, there are more takers than givers on the internet, especially audiences. But he was nothing like that. He was more of a giver than the taker. So after he watched my video and I was being vulnerable, and then he felt empathetic. So he suggested a little, gesture. I think that's another form of love. Even though you can say that this person is not useful to me, because audience is always looking for what is useful to me, what this YouTuber can give to me. But it's pretty clear that he couldn't get anything out of me. He still would like to give me something, that giver attitude. I think that's also a love. That even though that you know that you cannot get out of anything from that person, you still can offer to them what they need. And third example that I experienced as love was also it was also a guy. Back then, it's not like so different from myself at the moment. I didn't really have anything to offer to him. Like you see, I am not type of a girl that guy would like to date or go out with. I also know that. So obviously he was not really interested in me sexual way, and I didn't really have anything to offer to him. But still, he always really cared about what I say to him and give a shit about me. That felt so good. It's not because you are beautiful, it's not because you're successful, it's not because you have something to offer. Regardless of any of that, he or she still give a shit about you. I think that is love to me. Yeah. So I already talked like 10 minutes, and a lot of like mosquitoes or like bugs biting me here, but like yeah. So what do you think about love? Have you ever been loved before? And what experience made you feel that you be loved by someone else? Or have you loved yourself in that way? Or have you loved others person in that way? I think those three examples, I feel thankful to them, but I think I didn't really love myself enough. And I also never really loved anyone so far. I hope I can love myself in the future. I hope I can love somebody else in the future. But so far, I think I'm still figuring out how to listen myself, regardless of how superior I am, how useful I am. I think I'm still figuring out how to listen myself unconditionally, and I'm still figuring out, yeah, regardless of how useful the person is, will I care about his or her thoughts and feelings? So, so today's topic was why everyone is looking for true love but can't find one is because they're always looking for that, but they never gave it to themselves and they never gave it to other people. I think it's one of the reasons is because they never be loved by someone else. Um, I think majority population on this planet, they don't know how to love someone else enough. Like I said, like, unconditional love, regardless of their fancy appearance, would you still give a shit about them? So I think it's natural to be it's so tough to be loved truthfully. So I suggest you to listen carefully and listen to yourself, regardless of how useful you are, how fancy you are, and take a lot of time. How can I truly know myself and listen myself and offer myself what I want, not wasting time looking for true love outside, because most people don't really know how to love themselves, how to love somebody else. So please listen to yourself first and offer to yourself what you truly want, regardless of how how regardless of how useful you are. Yeah. Unconditionally. See you in the next video.